gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? The defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial got a they helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. White. I'll be with you the whole way. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal appearance will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. White. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. That's really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? This is why everyone worries about caviar. It's so tasty and hot! I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now! Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I found myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call in the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edzov has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Ah! Ha! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Who is this lady? I might have the court attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of the A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It does seem rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to admit the truth, Your Honor. So I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining. If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wide fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. As he thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Hold it! How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic adherence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off the detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Star, that's nothing personal against prosecutors. I thought that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? prosecutors are nothing more than warts. That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. Hold it! Who's boyfriend? He's a detective? Not that boyfriend. Security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? Yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Yourself, the judge had to think before applying. Security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That'd be the room with the security sign. Did you bring your lunchbox and buy car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So see you in B block once you witness the crime. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the night in which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. And if we don't have proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you please state the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than warts. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, Wookie. Huh? Wookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. Fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch study, but my instincts are honed. Photograph. You took this? But when I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snapped. I took a picture. In fact, my lunchbox is rigged with a camera. Around your neck. Why am I only seeing this photograph just now? Think I searched you, prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Okay, I'm breaking the full floor here. I don't know anything about legal terms like this, but I'm pretty sure that can't be taken into evidence record now. Because it wasn't approved beforehand. I might be wrong. Oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. So what was the defendant doing at the time?
Objection!
And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I spent on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is this guy not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. And so still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm sorry I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. The prosecutor's guy was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? The chief prosecutor's hand was in the photograph. Are those gloves? Typical gloves made of thin rubber. Most likely. If it was not premeditated, she wouldn't have been wearing those gloves. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it was my knife. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you say that honest guy planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! Order! Wait, I'll tell you something in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. That was such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing that prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. You know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? This guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human who seemed to murder him again and again. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. This sounds a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Objection!
You say she stabbed him again and again? You couldn't have witnessed that! Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? Got my wife, is that right? Oh, thanks. Possible. So, you say you mistook something for blood? I saw blood at her breast. Instead of blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. And tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify! A red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Objection!
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when he stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? That can't be! Only a professional illustrator could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, now you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. Yet Mr. Edgeworth prevails. My objection. Top lever? But it was there. The scar. No, not that. But something red. Willie. Well now. Where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect? Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurate, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't take the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabbed the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. Caught her explained to White and arrested her on the spot. I guess when I arrested her, she went to the muffler. This had me confused in my earlier testimony. She prosecuted me. She escaped, but against the star resistance is futile. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor, first of all. A cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, knocked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The last then car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the motor from here. So make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. There was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The car from Queen looks very athlete indeed. I would have taken her a little time to come over that fence. So she could have gone to my sister that fast. How did this guy not get away?
Hold it!
She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? I don't remember exactly. I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, I heard her say with the word muffler. Is that what? So, what you heard was the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Can't be. My phone, you mean your cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Star. Chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall. That's right. The car, it was on the wall. Only it was out of order. It just used the cell phone. The emergency phone was out of order that day. Couldn't Start off. As he tried to phone him up, but had to use the cell instead.
Hold it!
You think you could restate your testimony for the court? Ah, I was going to ask the same thing. I only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and went behind the partition. Yes, he picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And around that time, you couldn't go to the chain link fence. Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. White? The chief prosecutor made.
Objection!
Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. But who could have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fair contradiction of your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. That'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen this guy making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in the block, you could have seen it! Ah! Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lies. She's coughing up lies.
Objection!
Try to claim this one. Perhaps you allow me a question. That's exactly what my newest witnesses told the court. Can't afford to get this wrong. We just thought about this guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is he going to do about this fact? Nothing. That's why we reported him to start to lie about it. Did actually see this guy using the emergency phone. Mr. Witness the crime from a different location.
Objection!
Different location? That's a pointless lie I ever heard one.
Objection!
What do you call my lie pointless? At least let me tell it! Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. This where was the witness once he saw the crime? All the testimony reported to now points in one direction. Place where Mr. Witness's crime was here.
Take that!
This is the only place where he could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's there on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. You would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. In this case, Your Honor, The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place which he could have been seen a crime and the back of the politician is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought along your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Mr. I've been getting the better of men. I think that the tables can be turned. Today a man has got the better of me, Mr. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You should be a detective. You should know better. Not turning back. Guilty will be punished. I do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Mr. Wright, isn't this like you as odd? Why did this doesn't make sense? Huh? Tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't was stabbed out a good reason. So tell us her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. The star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. This make a minor difference. What? What will change? Changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but when we look at the floor plans, it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there, to the scene of the crime where you rested in the sky? Well, witness, yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Part of my lenses is not I was looking up PB&J lunch. Boys are very damn my boyfriend. Boys are very for the boyfriend. It wasn't a mistake, so I witnessed the crime from the glass wall station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. The door was locked. I couldn't open it. I had to go to the business park in Block B block. It's quite a detour. It took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. It was that woman over there on the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I knew it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spark. You have a point. This book is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Why? Let's do something. Have any evidence to stop this?
Objection!
5 minutes between the witness of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it, Nope. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with your 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would one. But this time was different. This guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Ah! But it seems to come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edge, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, that's appeal to have underestimate the witness on account of her professional history. Did it? You screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And if that, cut is adjourned. Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's once he tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Huh. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of defense to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. She's going to pull out of her lunchbox this time. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other one, that's down to the defendant, Miss Lana Scott. The shoe proves its flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Wasn't one of those a photograph? In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? So, as was celebrated. So fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce up this evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? So, I think it's pretty solid. You can at least study some evidence law. Really? You could too. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. I can't let this evidence go, though, without a fight. You ordered the pepper and fish scotch, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. Season enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I'm not imagining things. I say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction! That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish guts now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. It'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. That's a threat. That's not liable in court. Indeed, there was quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of this shoe? Problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why aren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Objection!
It's only so far. So it could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
And where are they, Mr. Agile? Because check the scene and we found nothing of the sort. Order. Well, witness. Keep going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, it's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright. Think! Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slept. There's one violent to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. Perfect. She left with a growl. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally quiet chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask you a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. Almost how I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. But apparently you're not the slowest to oil bell in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The water drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? You want to know the reasons he kicked it over? The real reason? Ah, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To waste the blood stains that would become evidence against her. What? This sets things up quite nicely. Blood stains are some of the victim's two-time point plates in his water. And after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. That's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. This guy's right hand was flat. Facing her seconds to stab him. That's when Jesus blood got on his shoe. There's no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? His sister has confessed her crime as he tried to conceal it. But... enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. Plaintiff is on the prosecution side. You could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it! Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but you're demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. An lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Objection!
Time for them deliberations on his past. Any further comments, you will be held in contempt of court. Yes, let's don't scale the cop of Creek. Look at this. Photograph. I had, just in case anyone had the guts to suggest, that the white suit didn't belong to the victim. There's no reason for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in the photo. Oh, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Barely after the moment, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. Not your fault. You I could have won this case from the beginning. And sorry, Mia. White, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up until the bitter end. Last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I just hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't! Then it'll be too late! Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial is over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give them reclaim a fair share. Very well, Mr. Wright. Put the ball in this photograph. problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. That suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler. So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does it have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us what you think this piece of property muffler is related to in this case.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony from the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Ah! Jeez. Could it be that the muffler you referred to as this? Was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Ah! It seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. Really, any question on it would do with the so-so. And the car at the club scene expect that one to bring me that cloth. Let it go away until after you've seen all that evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. That was close. But we made it. So now the court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. You still hungry?